Ladies, tonight we are here on the show tonight. Tonight is the night on Friday night. If you all know, it's been famous now for a long time now. Been doing this for a while, and you guys have actually done a good job of having, of putting in the questions, and we have continued to do this. I am very impressed with the fans, the way they have continued to support this series. I'm very surprised with everybody. I thought this series was gonna be like a, and you guys have really done a good job of keeping this series going, because I cannot. This is the one series on this show, this show I cannot keep doing by myself. I need the help of the fans. So you guys are the ones that helped me do the show. So I want to thank everybody. Give yourself a pat in the, oh shit. Give yourself a pat in that back, because a pat in the back, because you guys are too. Be careful. I just hurt myself. But do it like, anyways. Anyways, yes, so give yourself a pat in the back. All you guys have done a good job of keeping this show alive for a long time now. This is what, the fifth time we do this show. So you guys keep yourself a pat in the back, because you guys are the reason this show happens. All the other shows I can control, but this one, if you guys don't put the questions, I can't control it. But anyways, so yeah, good job guys, good job. I'm proud of all of you. Anyways, let's start the show. The first one is, will the Eagles be okay without Carson Wentz? I'm just kidding. Anyways, look, I had us at farthest losing the NFC Championship with Wentz. I felt even with Wentz, we were not going to win a championship this year. I felt he was too young. He's only in the year 2. I thought that something was going to happen, and maybe get that. Don't have to play the first round. Win the second game that second week, and then lose in the NFC Championship game. I was not thinking Super Bowl, because he's too young. Usually, the only two guys who have ever won a Super Bowl in their second year have been, I believe, Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. And Wilson had that very good defense, so, it doesn't happen too much. It might be somebody else, I don't know. But in my lifetime, I have only seen those two win Super Bowls in their second year. Now, Tom Brady, it was a little bit funny, because it was his first year starting. It was his second year, but it was his first year starting. He actually came in his first rookie season, and he sat down. And then the second season, he came, kind of like Nick Foles right now. He came in and he finished it out, got him into the playoffs, and took him to the Super Bowl. That's how tell you how special Tom Brady is. His second year in the league, he came in on a playoff team and took them to the playoffs and then won the Super Bowl. So there you go. Anyways, and then the other one, like I said, it was a few years ago, Wilson with the Seahawks. But obviously he had that great defense. Yes, but as far as, like I said, I had them losing in the NFC Championship. But now without wins, I think we'll be fighting this week versus New York. And then I don't know. If we're going to win the playoffs at all, we have got to beat the Raiders. We have to. And then we have the Cowboys. That game might not matter at this point, because we might not even need that game. It all depends. If the Vikings lose here this week or next week, we might not even need. Like, I think if we beat New York and we beat the Raiders and the Vikings say lose to the Packers, then that last game, week 17, we don't even need it. We have a guaranteed. We don't have to play the first round. So that's why we have got to beat the Raiders. We have got to beat the Raiders. I think we will beat New York, but the Raiders is the one I'm looking at. That will be, to me, the measuring stick of Nick Foles. That will tell me how far he can possibly take us in the playoffs. If you can beat Nick Foles, if you can beat the Raiders, then that tells you, okay, we may have a chance to win at least one playoff game. At least one. But if he falls flat on his face and does not beat the Raiders, which are not a very good football team, but if you can't beat the Raiders, you're not going to win in the playoffs. Simple as that. And then you got the Cowboys, and if you can't, well, Cowboys actually better, but I mean, I'm talking about the Raiders right now. If you cannot beat New York, you better beat New York. Otherwise, forget about it. But I don't even care if you beat New York. But the following week, if you can't beat the Raiders, forget about it. We are getting eliminated very fast in the playoffs. So to me, it is a matching stick for Nick Foles. New York, I think he should win that game. You know, if he doesn't win that game, forget about it. But the Raiders game's the one I want to see. How does he react on that one? If he wins that one, then we may have a chance. If he doesn't, then we're probably done right away. Next question. Same thing. Same, topic. And a 1 to 10, and on a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, the best, the highest, or the highest, and 1 being the lowest. And a 1 to 10, what number will you give the Eagles' chances of going to the Super Bowl with Nick Foles? So from 1, no chance, and from 10, there's a 100% chance that Nick Foles can take the Eagles to the Super Bowl. All right, like I just said, I have to see that Raiders game at least to see what we got with Nick Foles. I'm going to go with a 5 right now, like 50-50 to be honest, because I don't know what we're going to have from Nick Foles. I really don't. We have to see him play. He has got to really play very amazingly against the New York. And then he has got to beat the Raiders for me to possibly bring that up to maybe 7. That's how high I'll probably end up going. So, but for right now, I'm going to go with about 5. 50% chance, and then if we beat the Raiders, I might say 7. I don't know. We have to see how Nick Foles plays these last few weeks. But I'm going to say 5 right now, but a 50% chance that we can still do this. It all depends too. If the Packers can't make it, that really gives us a better chance, because if the Packers get in, remember that time they won the Super Bowl back in 2011? They got in as the last spot and won every game on the road. So that team's the one that can really, scare me. Because if the Packers get in Aaron Rodgers, it don't matter if he's 1 or the last seed. He will do something in the playoffs. So that's the team that worries me. Everybody else I feel like we can beat. I'm a little bit scared of teams like the Falcons and the Saints. But, to be honest, I don't really fear the Vikings. I don't really fear the Seahawks, to be honest with you, because I really don't. Even though we lost to them, I feel like we can beat them, especially if we play in Philly. As you saw, they beat us and then they lost to Jacksonville. So the Rams we just beat. So if we get that Ben home, the one team I would fear, it would probably be the Packers. The Seahawks I would fear if they had Chandler and Sherman. But I don't fear those two. And I feel that already us playing them and losing to them, we would be a lot more prepared to play them. So the one team I would fear would be the Packers. Because I don't think the Eagles have ever beaten Aaron Rodgers. Never. The only time they beat him, the only time they have beating the Eagles, beating the Packers lately, was actually, 5 years ago when Aaron Rodgers broke his left shoulder. Now it's his right shoulder. But we have never beaten in my lifetime. Well, no, not my. Well, I've been around. I've been around before Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, in Aaron Rodgers' career, I don't think we've ever beaten him. We never have. I know we beat him Brett Favre, but we never beat him the Packers. We didn't beat Aaron Rodgers. So that would be the one that I would go say, mother chicken on a salad string. We are in trouble if he can find a way to get into the playoffs. Other than that, I feel comfortable. Like I said, I would be a little bit scared about the Falcons and the Saints. The Seahawks a little, but I feel comfortable. But if the Packers get in, then I'm scared. But yeah, on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I'm going to go with a 5 with you. 50%. If we lose to the Raiders, I'll go lower. If we beat the Raiders, I'll maybe move it up to 7. Anyways, next question. What do you think about the Miami Dolphins? Oh, I know who. Everybody knows who. I know who asked this question. This was actually asked before they surprised the world and beat the Patriots on Monday Night Football. This question was asked like a few days ago, and I laughed because this is when they were doing really bad, and now they're 2 in a row, just beat the Patriots. Who do they play this week? Mother chicken on a waffle. Who the fuck? Oh, they play. Okay. Oh yeah, I see now. Okay. I don't know what shirt I'm watching right now, to be honest. I'm smelling like an idiot. Anyways, what do I think about their future? They need a quarterback. They really do. I have said it before. I don't know how long of you have been around. The first few months of the CU show, we started this show right before the 2015 season. I don't know how long, I don't know, put it in the comment section if you've been around. Bill Patterson, the veteran of the show, I don't even know if he was around for this. Because I don't think he arrived until I don't even think he was around for this, for the beginning. I don't know, dropping Johnny, maybe you were. Johnny Vertac, he might be Bill Patterson actually. Sorry, Bill Patterson. Johnny Vertac, maybe you were. I don't even think you were around for this either. Whoever was around in 2015, in the summer of 2015, put it in the comment section. Mother chicken on a waffle string. You have been around for a long time. I said they believe they signed Ryan Tannehill. What was it? 5 years, $97 million. And I went off on the show. I really did. And a lot of you, most of you, we have 109 followers right now. Most of you were probably not around. Well, around that time we only had like 15 followers. So only about 15 of you were around. I don't know who you are, but a lot of you who comment, you know, a lot of you who are active here, I don't think you guys were around. Chicken Wings, I don't think you were around either. Bill Patterson, you're probably one of the oldest veterans in the show. I don't think you were around in the summer of 2015. But I went off on this man has never had a 500 season. Actually, last year he did. But other than that, he has never had a 500 season. I don't like Ryan Tannehill, to be honest. But I did like what I saw last year with Adam Gase. But now he's getting hurt. So this guy has bad luck. You finally have a good season. You take the team to the playoffs. You have a 500 season, and then you break your leg. Then you come back again in training camp, and you break your leg again. I mean, I guess Jay Cutler to me is not the answer. Bring in Ryan Tannehill next year, and I'm not too high on him either, to be honest. Jay Cutler's only for 1 year. Let him go. He's not the answer. Can Ryan Tannehill be the answer? He's been now, how long has he been in the league now? For 5 years? And other than last year, he's never gone 500 or higher. That's where you need to look at this team. Jay Cutler, like I said, let him go. But is Ryan Tannehill the guy? Is he really? I know that if you're paying him like $97 million, but is he really the guy? I don't know. That's the thing you have to look at if you're Miami. Who should be your starting quarterback? Like I think they will let Jay Cutler go in free agency, and I think they will let Ryan Tannehill come back because, to be fair, last year was actually his best season. And then then he breaks his leg, couldn't finish the season. Then this year tries to come back and again break his leg in training camp. So maybe let him come back again next year and see what he has. Because to be fair, the only one season he's been with Adam Gase has been his best one. So that's the thing. I don't know. I'm not too high on Ryan Tannehill, but I think I'd rather have between Jay Cutler and Ryan Tannehill. I think I would go with Ryan Tannehill. So I think that's the direction they would go in. I expect Ryan Tannehill to once again, at least for next year, be the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. And I like the team. I really do. I just think they need a quarterback. I really do. I want to see how if Ryan Tannehill can stay healthy, if he can continue the momentum from last year's season with Adam Gase, because it was his best year by far. So, but yeah, that's probably the one thing for Miami, starting quarterback. And as far as the coach, no, you can't fire the man. The man been there for 2 years. Last year, like I said, Ryan Tannehill had his best season with him. Went to the playoffs, when was it, 10, 11 games. This year, fell flat on his face. The expectations were, of course, very high, even with Jay Cutler, but it has not worked out. Jay Cutler, had his best season also a few years ago in Chicago with Adam Gase there. But it has not worked out. But no, I would keep Adam Gase for at least 1 more year. Anyways, let's go on to the next question. So that's the answer. Who the hell can be the starting quarterback for the long run? Right now, I think you let Jay Cutler go and you bring Ryan Tannehill next year and see what he can do. Let's see, next question. And yeah, drop a comment if you were here for that video in 2015 in the summer. Anyways, what is the next question? Next question. The Lakers. Who do they need a star? Do they need to bring in a LeBron or somebody, or do they need to bring in a star? Or is this team they have right now enough to, in a few years, get in the playoffs and win a championship? I like some of these teams. I like Ingram, Lonzo, Kuzmas. Ingram to me is the one that has a chance to be a star in this league. I really do. Last night, 25 points versus Cleveland. That's the one guy. If you could pick a guy right now Lonzo, to me, he looks like a Jason Kidd. Maybe a little bit more athleticism, maybe a little bit more passing, abilities, with the chest patch, almost like a football pass, can almost like fucking pass it from all this side of the court all the way to that side of the court, to maybe a little bit a better version, maybe. But kind of like he had last night. 13 points, 11 assists. I honestly don't think the guy's gonna. The guy, like I said, I think he can be a better shooter because he did show that last year in UCLA. I believe in UCLA he shot 41%. I believe right now he's shooting 33%. So that's the thing I do think he can get better at, his shooting percentage and just his shooting, But I think what we saw last night, or what we saw a few nights ago in New York, 17, 13, 10, 11, 12 assists. I think that's what you're going to get from that guy. I know he's not going to light up the scoreboard. And, he's going to just be a point guard, run the team, get his, 10, 15 points, 10 assists, and call it a night. He's not going to be a superstar. Like I said, and Kuzma's going to be a nice guy coming off the bench, having 15, 20 a night, whatever. Nice little player. We stole him in the draft. But the guy who we have to look at is Ingram. Because he's that one guy that can be special. He has got to get a little bit bigger. He has got to get a little bit stronger. He is too skinny. So, he has the size, he's a tall guy, but he has got to work on getting stronger, become a post player, get on that low post. Right now he would get killed on the low post. So he has to get a little bit stronger, but he would have to be that one guy that you say he can be a star in this league if he can continue to get better, and like I said, continue to get a little bit stronger, get in the weight room and get a little bit stronger. We could get a star, but let's not get too excited. Bring somebody else in free agency, but let's not get too excited because we tried it. We've tried it for years now. We tried Carmelo Anthony. It didn't work. We even tried LeBron back in 2000 and a few years ago when he was a free agent from Miami. We tried Carmelo when he was a free agent from the Knicks. We tried who else did we try? LaMarcus Aldridge. It has not worked out. It really hasn't. And so I wouldn't get too excited. As far as Kevin Durant, we didn't even get a fucking call back. So I wouldn't get too excited about free agency. I know there's a better chance now with Magic Johnson, but I wouldn't get too excited. But we'll see what happens. But obviously, yes, I can use, like I said, they need a veteran leader. Lopez is not that guy. I don't even want to get into that. I do not even want to get into that again. I'm going to get mad again at what you can call LeBron score. Then fucking errors of 2 free throws. Then misses an alley. Lopez is not the leader of this team. He cannot be the leader of this team after what he did last night. I am sorry. I am really sorry. Forget about it. Let's move on. I'm getting mad. This is making me a little bit frustrated because of my Eagles and the Lakers are on this topic. Anyways, last show. What current NFL rules do you think need to be changed when it comes to flags? So what flags, what plays right now that are flags could like get out of there and can become, so what illegal plays that are flags can become legal plays, I guess is what the question is. Alright, so the player I would want is the whole, like, back in the day, you could touch the guy a lot more. When you were a cornerback, you could touch the wide receiver a lot longer. Now, after he gets past 5 yards, you can no longer touch him. That is one of the rules I would change. I think sometimes it's very unfair for these corners to try to cover the wide receivers because after 5 yards, you can't touch them. It's so unfair. You know, so that's what part I would change. You know, don't get too crazy, but let them touch each other a little bit more because it is also unfair that after they run past 5 yards, you can no longer touch the wide receivers. What else would I change? What rule? What other rule would I change? Let me think here before I close the show out tonight. You have to be, I think the whole helmet to helmet thing still has to be addressed a little bit. Remember we saw that play a few weeks ago when Joe Flacco slide, got knocked out, and didn't even get fined or suspended. Alonso, the linebacker from Miami. You know, you still have to be clear what's a flag, what's not a flag, and do you possibly need to start suspending some of these players like in college for helmet to helmet, because some of them have a lot of money where it might not affect them. So do you maybe need to suspend players when they hit helmet to helmet? Like that, what was it? Like that one, they actually just did this a few weeks ago. The Monday Night Football game between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Choo Smith-Schuster, it looked like it was on purpose. Helmet to helmet hit on linebacker Vontaze Burfict from Cincinnati, and he was suspended for 1 game. Do you need to go more of that direction to really get it away? Because you still see a lot of times, and it can be an accident too. But that's something you have to look at. Continuing to address the helmet to helmet. You know, I like that because I looked on purpose. I like that he got suspended for a game. And then, like I said, you have to maybe review some penalties because at the same time, sometimes they say helmet to helmet, but it's more of like the shoulder, you know? So maybe that's probably something I would have to say about penalties, that they should be reviewed. Even like a simple offsides. If the guy jumps off sides, but it ends up that it was a false start, and the coach says, hey, no, we didn't jump off sides. They jumped false start. And the referee's like, no, this is how we saw it. You should be able to challenge that. So if the defense is there, and then the offense jumps, but then it looks like the defense jumped, and the referee calls offside instead of false start, you should be able to review that. So review review penalties. So yeah, that's what probably I would like to do too. Review. I know that's gonna make the game slower, but you want to get it right. You want to get it right. So stuff like that. So sometimes I do see that happen with the whole false starts and offsides. Sometimes it's a false start, and the referee calls it a flag. Then you look at an offside. Then you look at the review and think, you know, he got it wrong. It was a false start. You know, so. But anyway, stuff like that. Probably have to study that and get a little bit more into it. But that's all I can say for right now. That's all 5 questions we've answered. Once again, you guys have done it. Oh shit! I just hit my. You guys have all done it. Congratulations. You guys are killing it right now. We're killing it right now lately. We're almost at 110 survivors. I cannot believe it. 110. Gee, oh my lord. We are there, ladies and gentlemen. We started this football season, I believe, at 95 subscribers. We have gained almost 15 in these last 3 months. Oh shit. Pat in the back once again for all of you and for myself. We have gained, I think we're growing. I feel like we're growing finally. We're taking off, you know. We're taking off. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of all of you for, keep supporting the channel. We're growing. Like I said, I'm trying to make this channel better, trying to get the quality better. Like I said, I'm trying to change some stuff around here. I'm trying to, I'm trying to do some stuff. And I'm hoping by January, we can get it all done. But yes, thank you for all the support, Thank you for all the support. The channel's grown. Like I said, if we can get one more subscriber, we would have 110, and that would be from the start of football season in September to now in the last 3 months. That would be about 15 followers, and that's the most we had in a while. So keep it up, and I don't know, we just got to 100 not too long ago, and I don't know when we're gonna get to 200, but I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. But we're growing. We're almost at 110. That would make it 15 subscribers in the last 3 months. So keep going. Appreciate all of you. Put in your questions for next week. Start putting the questions for next week. I just hurt myself in this show. Anyways, put in your questions for next week. Start it right now. Marty, who do your Saints play, Marty? I know you're still drunk. Who the fuck? Oh, you guys play the Jets? Marty, if you cannot beat the Jets, forget about it, Marty. Marty, you need to get over it, son. You're lucky your team's actually doing this good. But come on, son. Marty, everybody put in the comment section, we feel sorry for Marty. Stop drinking, Marty. We're worried about you, Marty. You've been drunk. Actually, no, I think you did put in the comment section. Never mind. I think Marty's doing better now. Never mind. But I was a little bit worried about our friend Marty. He's been drunk for a week now since the Saints let the game go versus the Falcons a week ago. So Marty, hopefully you're doing better. Hopefully you're drinking a lot of milk now and recovering from the drunk. Anyways, a lot of water and H2O. You can let me sound like a nerd. H2O. Let me put my fucking Harry Potter glass and let me go to the dentist and get my fucking Bugs Bunny teeth style. Anyways, never mind. Yes, Marty's doing a lot better. Everybody's doing it good. Ronald's gonna probably be crying. Who do you play, Ronald? You play the Raiders. Oh my lord, that's a 50-50 game. Ronald, I'm sorry, Ronald. Anyways, anyway, Bill Patterson, your team plays tomorrow versus the Detroit Lions. It's Saturday, Bill. Remember, you better not forget the game. You better not forget the game tomorrow. Who else? Chicken Wings. Who do you play? You play the Bills. All right, Chicken Wings. Hopefully you can win that game. I'll finish the season on a strong. Who else? Who else on the show? I think that's all. Yeah, Johnny Vertact. Who do you play? Johnny Vertact. Where the fuck's Johnny Vertact? Is Johnny Vertact not playing this week? Johnny Vertact. I do not see you this week. Mother chicken on a waffle string. Where's your team? Johnny. Where the hell's Johnny? Oh, you guys play Monday night versus Tampa Bay. Alright. Johnny Vertact, nice to see you on the show again. I saw you put a comment. I've not seen you for a long time. It was nice to see you, sir. Everybody tell Johnny Vertact hi. Anyways, I think it was a few weeks ago. A few shows ago, you put a comment. I'm not sure. But anyways, I might talk to you, son. Because we can maybe, we haven't talked for a while, Johnny Vertact. I didn't know if you were still going on YouTube or not. So, Johnny Vertact, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, and until next time. Oh my lord, the show's on. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the it's been like an hour now. Let me cancel. Until next time, let me sign off. Until next time, I am C, and I will see you later. Oh my lord, I need to stop talking. That is one of the things I want to do too, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shut up, C. Just shut up. Later.